Young boys and men are in a crisis. Thanks to years of indoctrination and peer pressure, they're engaging in behavior that's disastrous for their health. Social media was a mistake, except for America Uncovered. And welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. There are lots of trends these days among young adolescents. Some are weird, yet innocent, like adding core to everything. Barbie core, royal core, what's next, Chris core? Other trends are innocent yet stupid, like dancing out in public for TikTok views. If only they had a fraction of my power. But there's another trend that's not so innocent, getting swole. Especially when it involves posing in the gym. Do you and your reflection need some time alone? The manosphere in particular is bursting with gab about gym gains these days. And it's bad for the morale of young males. According to a 2019 study published in the Journal of Adolescent Health, almost 30% of adolescent boys reported attempts to gain weight, including almost 40% of boys who were normal weight. Young men are becoming obsessed with building as much muscle as possible. See how this TikTok shows an alleged 17-year-old lifting weights to build muscle? Bam! 2 years later, he's jacked! 19-year-old natural, it says. Dem abs. That is not natural. This is what natural muscularity looks like. This man free climbed El Capitan in Yosemite National Park, and you don't see him posing on TikTok. This is a growing problem in modern society. More and more men are seeking to obtain unrealistic male beauty standards with unhealthy workout habits, driven by male body dysmorphia, a modern epidemic that's only worsening. In trying to look more like this, men are becoming more likely to suffer muscle dysmorphic disorder, a hyperfixation on leanness and massive muscles. It's something that's often overlooked by those concerned with the dangers of female beauty standards. But, in fact, according to one study published in the International Journal of Eating Disorders, adolescent boys who are dissatisfied with their body shape may be more prone than girls to self-criticize and feel distress. According to the UK-based organization Better, a majority of men in Britain show signs of body dysmorphia. 81% of the 18 to 24-year-olds surveyed have displayed at least one sign of muscle dysmorphia. This includes consistently thinking about whether they're muscular or lean enough, exercising despite illness or injury, feeling anxiety for missing a workout, giving up social or work obligations for the gym, and maintaining an extreme exercise program. In the US, it's just as bad. According to a 2017 study, up to 60% of all boys report purposefully manipulating dietary practices in the pursuit of greater muscularity in the US. This hyper-focus on muscle building could increase the risk of muscle-building drug use, steroids. A 2021 study published in Current Opinion in Pediatrics reports that nearly 22% of young men report in engaging in muscle-enhancing behaviors, including eating more or differently to build muscle, supplement use, and androgenic anabolic steroid use. Pediatricians are becoming more worried about boys trying to bulk up, which is why some are now warning parents to look out for signs of male body dysmorphia. On top of excessive exercise, parents also need to look out for signs of bulk and cut diets, a combination of over-consuming protein and restricting certain foods such as carbs and sugar in an attempt to both gain muscle and reduce fat. Some even resort to purging, like using laxatives or other ways to lose weight, such as skipping meals. And this really isn't something that young boys especially should be doing. If kids exercise too much without enough nutrition, then production of hormones like testosterone, which is critical for building muscle, slows down. It's a really inefficient way to build muscle, and dangerous for adolescent growth at that. According to the Washington Post, bulking up with the associated risky behaviors of skewed nutrient intake and excessive exercise can be as dangerous as the drastic weight loss associated with more frequently discussed eating disorders such as anorexia. This has been decades in the making, according to the Adonis complex. Men's dissatisfaction with body appearance has nearly tripled in less than 30 years, from 15% in 1972 to 34% in 1985 to 43% in 1997. All this has much less to do with boys wanting to be healthy and a lot more to do with wanting to look a certain way. Even when men attain a remarkable physique, it's always never enough. They obsess about not having enough muscle and drive themselves into despair. So, where is this coming from? I'll get to that after the break. Welcome back. Between the 20th and the 21st centuries, there has been a massive shift in male beauty standards. If you want proof, look no further than superheroes, like Superman and Batman. The actors of old look nothing like contemporary portrayals. The difference is huge even within the 21st century. A lot more was demanded of Hugh Jackman to portray X-Men's Wolverine in 2013 than in 2000. These days, we're so used to hunks like Jason Momoa looking like this, that the moment we see them looking like this, we shame them for having dad bods, even if they are naturally fit. The idea of the super muscular, lean man is pushed onto children at a very early age. Toys have gone from slender to hyper-muscular. I don't know about you, but I don't remember Luke Skywalker looking like that. This in turn has taught boys what to expect of themselves when they become men. Many people have taken note of this trend. Research shows that both boys and girls are preferring hyper-muscular male action figures over normally muscular ones. This gets reinforced with things like Halloween costumes with six-pack abs. Add to that all the movies, magazines, and advertisements, and boys are left wondering why they don't look like the men idealized by society. But you know what's really screwing boys over? I'll give you 3 guesses. Yes, it's social media. If you thought toys and traditional media have done a lot to twist the perception of what's considered normal, then think how much more social media has done. Instagram and TikTok have gone a long way in normalizing an unrealistic body image. Look no further than the fitness influencers. This is what passes as quality content on social media these days. Many of these fitness influencers just do simple routines without shirts. If they're not dancing, chances are they just walk dramatically or simply pose, without a shirt, of course. The whole point of these videos is to show off lean, uber-muscular bodybuilder bodies, which is pretty stupid, yet these are what drive clicks. And a lot of it is built on deception. For example, many celebrities and gym influencers use fake weights. Social media sensation Liver King made a name for himself with his jacked body, claiming that he got it from just training, sleep, and a raw organ diet. It should come as no surprise that it turned out he used steroids to build his muscles. Influencers are also using cheats like altering lighting and posing a certain way to make themselves look more muscular than they actually are. But young people aren't thinking so critically about these things. Many are taking for granted the things that they see online, including the false promises of quick ways to get shredded. All this increases the chances of developing body dysmorphia. When people don't reach the levels of these fitness influencers, many are resorting to things like cosmetic surgery, which can be lethal. This just goes to show that we're living in a culture that encourages a lot of narcissism based on unrealistic standards. But what can be done about it? Well, while helping kids to develop social media boundaries and learn about biology could help reduce the pressure of male beauty standards, what we really need to do is let young boys and men know that they need to think less about themselves and how they compare themselves to others and think more about the value that they can impart in others. After all, it's useless to focus on looking good when you've already got peak male beauty right here. It used to be a man was defined by how he can serve those around him. Posing your gains doesn't really help anyone. Do you care about staying fit? And how about doing some finger exercises with the mouse by clicking on that orange button to support America Uncovered over on patreon.com/America Uncovered. And if you want to learn what else is killing men, then click this episode. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.